you have been trained to be liked. Smile, agree, don't make waves, and it has quietly made you weak. There is an old, dangerous idea the powerful have always known. It is better to be feared than loved. "500 years ago, a Florentine named Niccolo Machiavelli wrote it down. A ruler, he said, would want to be both loved and feared. But since the two so rarely sit together, choose fear. Because love is a chain the other person can break the moment it suits them. Fear is a chain you hold yourself."
It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both.
Love, the way he meant it, is approval, and approval is always on loan. People adore you while you are useful, agreeable, easy. The instant you cost them something, the warmth thins. Build your power on being liked, and you have built it on sand.
Men are quicker to forget the death of a father than the loss of their inheritance.
Here is where resistance hides its cleverest trap. It does not call itself fear or laziness. It calls itself being a good person. The need to be liked makes you lower every standard and swallow every hard word. A man ruled by approval is a man any room can move. Machiavelli did not learn this in comfort. He was accused, arrested, and hung by his wrists until his shoulders tore, then thrown out to rot on a small farm. And there, at might, he dressed in his finest robes to write, as if entering a court of kings. He had been broken by men who were loved, and he would never make that mistake again. Hear this clearly, because this is where most men get it wrong. To be feared is not to be cruel. Machiavelli's own warning was sharp. Be feared, but never hated. Cruelty is weakness, wearing a crown. The fear that gives you power is colder than that. The simple sense that you cannot be moved, cannot be fooled, cannot be used.
The prince must make himself feared in such a way that, if he is not loved, he at least escapes being hated.
Centuries later, one small, quiet man ran the fastest sport on earth. He built an empire by being the one person in every room nobody could read. No tantrums, no hunger to be liked, just leverage, patience, and a face that gave away nothing. The billionaires across the table feared him, not because he shouted, but because he never did.
I don't do things to be liked. I do them to win.
The most powerful word you own is no. Said plainly, without apology, without a paragraph of excuses, Every time you say yes just to be liked, you sell a piece of yourself at a discount. The man who can calmly stand up and leave the table owns the table. Real indifference is armor that nothing gets through. A brutal old mentor once told a room full of grown men, "I am not here to be your friend." He mocked them, pushed them, refused them every comfort, and he made more of them rich than any gentleman ever could. Because the highest respect you can show someone is a standard you refuse to lower for them. Soft praise is contempt in a pleasant voice.
If you hang around 9 broke people, you will be the 10th.
The schemer, the supremo, the mentor, all shared a single weapon. You could never quite predict them. Machiavelli called it knowing when to be the lion and when to be the fox. The moment people can read you completely, they can manage you completely. Keep one card face down. Always. Always.
A prince must be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten the wolves.
None of this comes free. Stop performing, and you will lose people. The ones who only liked you while you were easy, agreeable, and beneath them. Let them go. They were renting a version of you that asked for nothing. What remains after they leave is the very beginning of respect. But the deepest form of this has nothing to do with them. Before a man can stand unmoved by the crowd, he has to answer to something harder than the crowd, his own standard. Fear your own judgment more than you fear theirs. A man who will not break his word to himself has nothing left to fear from anyone. So here is the secret. The powerful never say out loud. You do not chase fear. You simply stop chasing love. You stop auditioning, stop explaining, stop asking the room for permission to exist. And the respect you were begging for arrives the instant you no longer need it.
Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few feel what you really are.
This is a practice, not a mood. Today, say one no that you would normally soften. Hold one standard you would normally drop, just to keep the peace. Disappoint one person who only ever valued your compliance. I will make you. Each time you do, the need to be liked loses its grip, and resistance loses its favorite mask. So stop auditioning for approval. You were not put here to be liked. You are put here to be undeniable. Be fair, be honest, keep your word like iron. And let people feel, when they meet you, that here stands someone who cannot be bought with a smile, better respected than owned.